Hey guys, so we are moving a ton right now. Market 2696, S&P's down 60 points. I'm going through the earnings trades right now, and what I'm doing here is I'm trying to build a watch list. And I teach this in Elite Earnings. We're looking for the subset of names that fly around after earnings according to their historical data. But then the further analysis that we want to do is we want to see which ones are inexpensive relative to their historical movement. So what I'm going to do now is I want implied vol on there because it's going to tell me which ones are optionable. I'm also going to put beta up there because I want to see which ones can move on their own without earnings. Wow, that sucker could really move around. And again, guys, all I did was just do our Elite Earnings scan. And so that's what I did. I put everything in a watch list right here because right now we are really moving around. Okay, so now FLDM, there's some decent markets in FLDM. I think we could do better. The only thing I don't like about it is that it's a $7 stock. The reason I don't like trading a $7 stock with options is, think of it as a $75 stock. If it's a $75 stock, the only strikes that you have is 75, 50, and 100. You would never trade that, right? But yet, when people see a $7.50 stock and the strikes are 10 and 5, they'll trade that. But what you have to understand is there is no difference between a $7.50 stock and a $75 stock. The company chooses where they want their stock price to be. They could issue more shares, they could do splits. So when I look at a $7.50 stock, it's the same thing as looking at a $75 stock. So let's forget about FLDM. What about True? The next one, True, I want because looking through the subset, I know that True likes to move. Last 4 earnings releases, it's moved 20%, 14%, 10%, and 36%. Right now, this is our trade. There you go, True. 2.6 beta. Let me just look at QTNA. Quantena. Okay, it doesn't have nearly the volume that True does. So let's go to True. True Car. I'm going to open up a chart. True. And now I want to use our earnings tool. True estimated earnings are November 5th. I don't know if those are estimated or those are the actual earnings. Let's see. November, expiration date's the 16th. I want to value the straddle. Of course, I want to make sure that my studies are seen. Apply, okay. Just right click here and maximize this cell. And let's see what we got. Okay. Upcoming earnings, this is wrong, ignore that. Average of the last 5 earnings moves is 19%. Average of the last 5 earnings moves is 19%. After TrueCar releases earnings, it moves 20%. Okay, so we know that it moves 20% on average of the last 5 earnings releases. Now what we need to do is we need to look at the options and see how True is priced right now going into earnings. I have the option chain up here. We're in November, 24 days until expiration, and we want to see how much movement the options market's pricing in. Last trade's $11. So we can look at the 11 straddle, buying the calls, buying the puts. You come over here, it's trading at a 71% implied volatility. The expected movement is 1.67. 1.67 is about 15.5% of 11, right? So if True has moved on average of 18% over the last 5 earnings, right now volatility is elevated to the highest it's been in a very long time. There's 24 days until expiration. One of these days is earnings. One of these days we know it moves 20%. True is really inexpensive, especially right now. Consider 85 cents and 80 cents. Maybe you want to do the strangle and try to buy 40 cents or 45 cents. You could try to buy 40 cents here. Okay? Jonathan, there's no volume, there's no open interest. Who cares? It doesn't matter. If you put 45-cent bid in the 12th strike and you get filled, it doesn't matter what the volume and open interest is. Rest assured that we can always get out of the position using the underlying stock. The underlying stock is traded 100,000 shares today, so there's plenty of volume there. So there you have it, guys. True moves about 20% after earnings. Right now, the options market's pricing in only about 15.5%, 16% of movement. We know the beta of True is 2.6. And we also know the VIX is the highest it's been in a long time. Great freaking trade. Love it. That's how I went through the analysis. That's how I found the trade. When the market's moving like the market's moving right now, that's when we want to hunt. We want to find great opportunities. I think TrueCar is just that, a great opportunity. Jonathan Rose, active day trader.